The Asian American Pacific Islander Nurses Association of Nevada presents Healthy Mondays with AAPINA of Nevada. Start the week healthy and right with interesting conversations on living a healthy lifestyle. And now, your Healthy Mondays host, Dr. Marife Aczon-Armstrong.
Aloha! Good evening! Naimbag at Sardam, maayong gabi sa inyong tanan. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. I'm yours truly, Dr. Marife Aczon-Armstrong, founding president of the Asian American Pacific Islander Nurse Association of Nevada and professor in nursing at Roseman University of Health Sciences College of Nursing. Happy Monday! Maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikinig sa aming programa at patuloy na pagtangkilik sa Healthy Mondays with AAPINA of Nevada. On behalf of AAPINA of Nevada, we hope that our radio program in partnership with PHLB Radio is helping to keep yourselves healthy and wise. Each month, we highlight select national health observances that align with our priorities for improving health in the United States. In May, we are raising awareness about physical fitness, older adults, mental health, women's health, and HIV awareness. This broadcast is going to focus on older American months. Every May, the Administration for Community Living, or ACL, celebrates Older Americans Month. This month's theme is Aging Unbound, which explores the diverse aging experience and how communities can combat older adult stereotypes. Join the conversation by sharing My Health Finder resources for older adults on general health, safety, vaccines, and oral health. You can also encourage older adults to stay active using Move Your Way campaign materials, and I will share with you the website. Lastly, learn about the Healthy People 2030 objectives to improve health and well-being for older adults. I'm going to read the Presidential Proclamation in celebration of the 60th anniversary of Older Americans Month. And this is our President of the United States proclamation. On the 60th anniversary of Older Americans Month, we honor our nation's senior citizens, whose lifetimes of hard work, devotion to family, and commitment to community have laid the foundation for the country we are today. We have a rock-solid responsibility to ensure our nation's seniors can age with dignity and financial security. When President John F. Kennedy issued the first proclamation recognizing older Americans, approximately a third of seniors lived in poverty, and close to half were without health insurance. Our nation rallied together to confront this crisis, passing Medicare to deliver affordable, quality health care to our seniors, strengthening Social Security, the bedrock of American retirement, and ultimately raising so many seniors out of poverty. We extended lifespans and provided critical breathing room to Americans who had worked hard in their whole lives. But there is still more work to do to ensure that no senior lies in bed at night wondering how are they going to pay for life-saving drugs, put food on the table, or even support themselves, their children, and grandchildren. That is one reason why I signed the Inflation Reduction Act. For those on Medicare, this law caps the cost of insulin at $35 per month and will cap out-of-pocket prescription drug costs at $2,000 per year. That means seniors could save upwards of $10,000s on life-saving drugs, including for cancer, heart disease, Alzheimer's, and more. It also means Americans can get vaccinated for free against shingles, whooping cough, tetanus, and other diseases. And by holding drug companies responsible when they increase prices faster than inflation, and finally allowing Medicare to negotiate drug prices, this law is helping bring down prescription drug costs for seniors across our country. Affordable health care is about basic dignity, which is also why I issued an executive order calling on the Food and Drug Administration to make hearing aids available over the counter without a prescription. Now, millions of adults with mild to moderate hearing loss can save as much as $3,000 per pair by buying hearing aids at a store or online without a prescription. At the same time, standing by our seniors means honoring our nation's fundamental promise that when it comes time to retire after working hard and contributing to our economy, Social Security and Medicare will be there for you. I am committed to defending these vital programs, a lifeline for millions of seniors, which is why my newest budget extends the life of the Medicare Trust Fund by at least 25 years. And I will veto any effort to deny older Americans the benefits they have earned. We must keep building on this progress. Older Americans should be able to live, work, and participate in their communities with dignity. That's why I recently signed an executive order on increasing access to high quality care and supporting caregivers. I call on the Congress to expand on the investments we have already made to help seniors receive care in their own homes and to support family caregivers, including aging caregivers, and the home care workers who perform selfless work every day. I also call on the Congress to expand access to nutrition counseling for seniors and others with Medicare coverage, to increase funding for nutrition services for older adults, and to pilot coverage of medically tailored meals in Medicare. Actions that are also part of my administration's national strategy on hunger, nutrition, and health. We need to improve the quality and safety of nursing homes and protect vulnerable residents and the healthcare heroes who care for them. And we must keep pushing to end cancer as we know it and win the fight against other deadly diseases that deny us time with those we love the most. Older Americans are the pillars of our community, and we owe it to them to value their wisdom, celebrate their contributions, and champion their well being. To older Americans across this nation, we will always support you. Now, therefore, I, Joseph R. Biden Jr., President of the United States of America, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Constitution and the laws of the United States, do hereby proclaim May 2023 as Older Americans Month. This month and beyond, I call upon all Americans to celebrate older adults for their contributions, support their independence, and recognize their unparalleled value to our nation. In witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hand this 28th day of April in the year of our Lord 2023 and of the independence of the United States of America, the 247. Signed, Joseph R. Biden Jr. And there you have it, our listeners. This is the proclamation, presidential proclamation in celebration of the 60th anniversary of Older Americans Month. So we move on to our Healthy Mondays. Uh, so May is the Older Americans Month, and we can take steps to stay healthy and active as we get older. It's important to keep our body and mind active. It's also important to choose healthy foods and talking to your doctor about any health concerns you have and take steps to prevent falls and stay safe while driving. Remember, it's never too late to make healthy changes in your life. Caregiving is one of the hot topics during older adults' months. Millions of Americans take care of a friend or family member with a serious health condition, and being a caregiver can be a labor of love, but it can also be stressful. You know it, you know. Learn how you can be an effective caregiver while also taking care of yourself. One of the focus that we're going to talk about tonight is about long distance caregiving. As you know it, there's a lot of Hawaiians, people who live in Hawaii who moved to Las Vegas, which is considered the ninth island. Either the older parents moved to Las Vegas because of the uh, low standards of living here, and the children are left behind in Hawaii, or vice versa. The older children moved to Las Vegas and leaving behind their family, their older parents in Hawaii. So, defining what long distance caregiving is, if you live an hour or more away from a person who needs your care, you are a long distance caregiver. And this kind of care can take many forms, maybe from helping with money management and arranging for in home care to provide respite care for a primary caregiver or planning for emergencies. So anyone, anywhere can be a long distance caregiver. Even from afar, you can provide support with paperwork, medical communications, and more. So here are 8 tips for long distance caregiving. Make sure you write down notes and stay listening. So long distance caregiving presents unique challenges. We all know it. Sometimes we have, if you're in Hawaii, you have parents in the Philippines who are older, getting old, and here you are in the United States. So if you find yourself in a long distance caregiving role, here is a summary of things you can keep in mind. So tip number 1, know what you need to know as a long distance caregiver. Experienced caregivers recommend that you learn as much as you can about your family member or friend's illness, medicines, and resources that might be available. Information can help you understand what is going on, help you anticipate the course of an illness. It can also prevent crisis and assist in healthcare management. It can also make talking with the doctor easier. Make sure at least one family member has written permission to receive medical and financial information. To the extent possible, one family member should handle conversations with all healthcare providers. So try putting all the vital information in one place, perhaps in a notebook or in a shared secured online document. This includes all the important information about medical care, social services, contact numbers, financial issues, and so on. Make copies for other caregivers and keep the information up to date. Tip number 2, plan your visits with an aging parent or relative, if you can. When visiting your loved one, you may feel that there is just too much to do in the time that you have. You can get more done and feel less stressed by talking to your family member or friend ahead of time, and also finding out what he or she would like to do. Also, check with the primary caregiver if appropriate to learn what he or she needs, such as handling some caregiving responsibilities while you are in town. And this may help you set clear-cut and realistic goals for the visit. For instance, does your mother need to get some new winter clothes or visit another family member? Could your father use help fixing things around the house? Would you like to talk to your mother's physician? Decide on the priorities and leave other tasks for another visit if it's too overwhelming. So, tip number 3, activities to do when visiting an aging parent or relative. So, try to make time to do things unrelated to being a caregiver. So, make it fun. Maybe you can find a movie to watch with your relative or plan a visit with old friends or other family members. It'll be good to get out of the house. Perhaps they would like to attend worship services. Offer to play a game of cards or even a board game. Or maybe take a drive or go to the library together. Finding a little bit of time to do something simple and relaxing can help everyone, and also builds more family memories. And keep in mind that your friend or relative is the focus of your trip. So try to let outside distractions wait until you are home again. So, tip number 4, get in touch and stay in touch. Many families schedule conference calls with doctors, the assisted living facility team, or maybe nursing home staff. So several relatives can participate in one conversation and everybody is in the same page. And they can get up to date information about a relative's health and progress. If your family member is in a nursing home, you can request occasional teleconference with the facility staff. You probably don't know this, but you can. It's part of the services that they need to provide to you. Sometimes social workers is good to talk to for updates as well as for help in making decisions because they have encountered different situations, different case scenarios, and maybe your case scenario is similar to them, and they can share with you the ups and downs of that situation. And you may also talk with a family member or friend in the community who can provide a more realistic view of what is going on because they've been there. In some cases, this will be your other parent that's being taken care of, and then you have your other parent that you're taking care of right now. Don't underestimate the value of a phone call and email contact list. It is a simple way to keep everyone updated on your parents' needs. And tip number 5 is help an aging parent stay in contact from afar. For one family, having a private phone line installed in their father's nursing home room allowed him to stay in touch. For another family, giving grandma a cell phone and then teaching her how to use it, it really gave some peace of mind for everyone that they can contact their family member, the older family member, and they can contact you if they need something or just wanted to talk. So the simple strategies can be a lifeline between you and your loved one. But the only thing is be prepared because you may find you are inundated with calls or text messages. So just gently remind grandma or grandpa that I've already talked to you. I'm going to talk to you tomorrow. It's good to think in advance about a workable approach for coping with numerous calls. Be patient. It's kind of hard because if you are, um, going about your day and then you get 20,000 calls from grandma or grandpa, that would be overwhelming. But be patient and be understanding. Okay, next one is tip number 6. So organize the paperwork for an aging parent. I put this by itself because this is very important. Organizing paperwork is one way that a long distance caregiver can be a big help. An important part of effective caregiving depends on keeping a great deal of information in order and up to date. Often, long distance caregivers will need access to a parent's or relative's personal, health, financial, and legal records. But I forewarn you, older adults are very protective and sensitive about their memorabilia, where they put all of their older documents. So, but just be very gentle and explain to them why you need those information. A lot of times they have older photos with all their documents, important documents in one place. But getting all of this material together is a lot of work at first. And from far away, it can seem even more overwhelming and challenging. But once you have gathered everything together, many other caregiving tasks will be easier. And maintaining information about your parents' health and medical care, as well as finances, home ownership, and other legal issues, lets you get a handle on what is going on and allows you to respond more quickly if there's a crisis. So, as you're getting started, try to focus on gathering the essentials first and fill in the blanks as you go along. And very important, talk with the older person and the primary caregiver about any missing information or documentation and how you might help to organize the records. It is also a good idea to make sure that all financial matters, including wills and life insurance policies, are in order. It also helps if someone has a durable power of attorney. And this is, they sometimes call it DPOA. Durable power of attorney is the legal document naming one person to handle financial and property issues for another. Like I mentioned earlier, your family member or friend may be reluctant to share personal information with you. So you need to explain that you are not trying to invade their privacy or take over their personal lives, and that you are only trying to assemble what will be needed in the event of an emergency. And try your best to assure them that you will respect their privacy and then keep your promise. If they are still uncomfortable, as if they would be willing to work with an attorney, some lawyers really specialize in elder affairs, so maybe they trust the attorney more than you. I'm not sure. Uh, or maybe perhaps with another trusted family member or a friend. For a list of documents and other information to gather, you can look at getting your affairs in order. Again, I'm going to give the website to the information that I'm reading here. You can also find more information about advanced care planning. Tip number 7, learn additional tips for caregiving. So whether you are the primary caregiver or the long distance caregiver, getting some caregiving training can be helpful. And as with a lot of things in life, many of us don't automatically have a lot of caregiver skills. And I'll give you some example. For example, training can teach you how to safely move someone from a bed to a chair, and how to help someone bathe, and how to prevent and treat bed sores, as well as basic first aid. Information about training opportunities is available online. And some local chapters of the American Red Cross might offer courses, and also some nonprofit organizations focus on caregiving can help with that too. Medicare and Medicaid will sometimes pay for this training. Last but not the least, we're almost done, guys. Number 8 tip is gather a list of resources in your aging relative's neighborhood. Hmm. Searching the internet is a good way to start collecting resources. Check with a local library or senior center, the area agency on aging, or elder care locator to find out about some resources or help. And you can also sign up for electronic alerts about caregiving tips and resources on the website for National Institute on Aging. And the website, I promise, that I will share with you, the website is www.nia, stands for National Institute on Aging, .nih stands for National Institute of Health.gov. Again, this is the website for the National Institute on Aging, where you can find all the different resources. You can find the information that I gave you word for word for the 8 tips on how to be successful as a long distance caregiver. And there you have it, mga kababayans and listeners out there, to celebrate the 60th anniversary of older Americans, elders there in our community. And thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this information will help you if you happen to be a caregiver, a long distance caregiver for that matter. I hope this information will help you have some peace of mind and give you some tips about how to deal with the challenges. And thank you so much. And on behalf of AAPINA of Nevada, founding members and general members, thank you. We also wanted to thank Johan and Flora Sason for giving us this platform to give this information to you. So if you have any topic that you would like us to cover that might help you with your everyday dealing to keep yourself healthy, please let us know. You can email us at aapina, AAPINA, @gmail.com. Again, thank you again for tuning in. And remember, our listeners out there, every Monday is a healthy Monday. Aloha.
The Asian American Pacific Islander Nurses Association of Nevada has just brought you Healthy Mondays with AAPINA of Nevada.